Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Gojo Sensei and welcome back to Genshin Impact. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, welcome back again here to Genshin. They just released a new event yesterday, right before I actually logged off after I did the story quest, or recorded the story quest. So it's called Roses and Muskets. I haven't actually done the whatever this is, so let's just jump straight into it and see what's going on with this one. So as usual with events like this, I'm just gonna show it off, like whatever was is available right now, and then yeah, just like that. I'm just gonna show it off, and you can check this on your own if you enjoy it, or you can check other YouTubers play it. If you want to see the whole thing.
But, Mr.
Anyways,
Morris, I don't understand, sir. How could you only be telling me this now?
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to come up with something on your own. Take it from me. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
no. No!
Oh.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh yeah, it's the one who's if you guys watch or played the story quest in INAZUMA, the one where it's the Tatsaruma or something, I can't remember. But he's the one built the machine to fix that whole thing. Well, wait, is it the Dear Barbados or Paimon? Yeah. It's been a while.
Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times and is no longer able to provide the promised amount of funds.
Or maybe not. It's probably not him.
Different investor?
I just remember it's another guy from Fontaine. But I know who Saber is. I haven't heard of his name before. It's definitely in Suma.
Any other investors until the festival is finished.
The Fontanalia Film Festival?
Fontanalia?
What's that?
Oh, is this your first time
Yeah.
participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival?
I mean, we just
Then
arrived
allow me
here
to fill you in.
some days ago,
The
I assume.
Fontanalia
In
Festival
terms of
was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights,
in canon
who went
terms.
on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The
Ooh.
holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials. It's one of the most important festivals for this nation.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
Right.
I was just trying to recall the exact description from the books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics. I usually try to recite things straight from the source.
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
How about
Yes,
Sumer?
those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival?
Samsara?
Just like those
for
of other
Sumeru.
nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year to commemorate the Loch Knights. People
Ooh,
will
the
imitate
Loch
them
Knights.
by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and going door to door asking for pure water. But a few
Really?
years ago, Lady Furina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
Yeah, I mean, get it.
Really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the
Trial
kids.
or treat.
Every year you can hear a bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
Oh, that sounds pretty fun. But how does that connect back to the film festival you mentioned?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. I just got too excited after seeing you. Let me get back to the point.
Is it
The
a new character?
Fontanalia
The
Film
one
Festival is an
behind this
event
guy?
proposed by the Fontaine
Girl just
Film
standing.
Association this year. Now that film technology has matured
Hopefully
as a
she
medium,
shows up again.
it's the perfect time to introduce
So I
more
can,
people to the
actually,
art form.
So you guys can actually
people
see
may
who
submit
I'm
films to
talking
be
about, because I might have missed
and
it.
the entry with the highest
Or you
score
can like
will be
replay the
given
video.
the Furina Award by the association.
The what award?
Furina Award.
The Furina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon. They coined it while Lady Furina was still in power, but even though things have changed,
Don't change
no
it,
one has
come on.
made any motion to update the name.
Feel like,
Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty
yeah.
appropriate name. Even though she isn't the Hydro Archon any longer, Lady Furina is still Fontaine's superstar. Anyone with eyes can see the way she shines on the stage.
Huh. Alright. Guess the name does work pretty well when you put it that way.
Oh,
Right.
who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Chiori? Sounds familiar.
Um.
Where have we heard
Oh
that
yeah,
name before?
he's the one who's running the clothing store. So I think she's like one of
Yes,
the
that's her.
commissions
I asked
that
her
you
to
can
oversee
do
the event's art
in
direction,
Inazuma.
including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed
Oh,
by
really?
Chiori.
I didn't
Kirara's
know
outfit,
that.
too.
How to describe her? Well, she tends to be pretty direct and can be very
Thundering
forceful when it comes
seamstress.
to dealing with people. The fashion world in Fontaine has dubbed her the Thundering Seamstress. Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma. Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them?
Okay.
Judging from the time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
Cool. There we go. Well, it's just the start of the quest, I guess. I really do apologize, guys, by the way, if... Well, let's just see what this is about. Okay, let's go to quest. Oh, there's like a lot of them. Can I, like... Are these like already unlocked? Even though it's just like been a day or two? Oh, it's like different kinds of... Let me just do this first. By the way, again, I do apologize, guys, if I'm like getting the references wrong. I swear to God, I play this game a lot. Like I am like AR level 60. It's just that there's just a lot of people you have to remember in this game. Plus, some of the names in this game are like uncommon. They're not like English names, so it's hard to like remember them. Or at least like names that are common here in the Philippines. So yeah, like I can't. So I don't know if Chiori was actually the girl now that we were doing commissions for. We are in Inazuma, or if it's another person he's talking about. Hello, who the hell are you? Are you someone we know who just wearing a different clothes?
Miss
Oh.
Chiori?
Okay, yeah,
Your
definitely
talk with
not
the investor sure went
the
fast.
same person we were talking
the
about.
Aquabus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are...
Allow me to introduce
Yeah, we
you.
haven't even met
This is the Traveler
yet.
and Paimon.
Pleased to meet...
Likewise. We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
I actually think Navia's clothes are way cooler than Kirara. Kirara is
Why,
just
thank
like
you.
cute and all that,
I
but
strove to create an outfit that matched
Navia's
her
clothes
high
is just
social
much
station as
more
the demo fell. So tell
com
me,
complex.
what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Little bit
Yes,
sketchy.
there's no...
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
Probably the flattery.
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most
But
of the
let's
film.
click double check who
The
this
budgets that the
person
others had
is, like the
proposed
one
were
who's
nowhere
trying to
near enough.
finance you.
It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora,
Like
so...
that should give you a hint that it might not be it might be too good to be true.
I'll scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge
Come on, I have,
together
like-
in a short
I
amount
can,
of
like,
time
make a
won't even be
freaking
able to cover
million.
the actors' fees.
Mora
We
in
need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it.
a few
But
like
now's not the time to give up.
What?
hours.
Saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm
Probably
simply
this
saying
person
I
is
wouldn't give up
another
just yet.
character
The actors I
that we
recommended
can
aren't just after more
like
after all.
that Mihoyo will be releasing in the future. I don't know if she's actually ready on this banners. I can't remember. Is that Kamisato? Oh, and Ayaka. Oh, and Yoimiya, huh?
Really? Then we Malazines live in Marcy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
Okay.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. But we haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet.
I mean, you can just go ride it
I
again.
enjoyed Abel's
Just kidding.
introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Okay. Hello, guys.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking
Xavier.
forward to a fruitful trip
Hello,
here to
Saver.
Fontaine.
Ah, it's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you. on
No,
the
we
way
were-
here. Are you also here for the film?
No, we were just like
We just ran into Xavier
Yeah.
earlier and came over with him.
exploring.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
I thought I would always get that lead role. Come on now,
About
be
that,
humble,
I mean,
man.
how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you. So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I
I've
mean,
been
they
thinking
are
about a
more
surprise
capable
reunion
than
with you
me.
during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Woo!
Did you reserve
Oh yeah, I
tables
was
for
gonna
us too?
ask that. How did you
Yes,
know
of
that we
course,
were
of
gonna be?
course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve
Like,
a few more
actually be
delicious
coming with you.
dishes just to make sure there'll be enough
Or
food.
that you'll even meet
Very
us?
well. Then please, kindly lead
It's
the
like
way,
we
Mr.
just met
Xavier.
like accidentally. So I guess like in between this scene and the last scene, you contacted your boss. Whatever.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall.
Yeah,
Just
they
look at how
are.
big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Actually, I don't know as well how this is spinning, but this is Genshin. Come on, there are more crazier things than that cannot be explained. That can only be explained with magic. I really like this. That it gives you like an icon now that we're in. You actually need to get inside to like get the actual quest.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers
More
too.
complicated
Yes. When
to
I first
eat.
went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some
Oh,
time
come
for
on.
me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Okay.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here.
Two
Sorry,
musketeers.
pretty
It's three musketeers, right?
Originally, I was
Like the
planning to start
actual
filming
real one?
as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
More of like a financial problem.
What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed.
Yeah, okay, I was
If he
gonna
has
say that as
violated
well.
the contract,
I was
then
gonna say
can't you
that.
simply take him to court
Yeah,
over
like,
the matter?
didn't you
Well,
guys sign
I'm
contract or
still
something?
more concerned about filming. Even if I were
Yeah,
to take
okay,
him to
that
court,
makes
I'm
sense.
afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that
Oh,
resolve the problem
really?
you are
That's
currently
too
facing?
kind of you, Ayato.
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and
Oh, yeah, that
cultural ties with other nations.
Kind of makes sense.
We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you
Yeah.
still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Come
You
on
sure
now,
about
no
that?
need to go that
Yeah.
far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
We can help
Me
too.
too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you.
I wish
really
people
don't
like
know how to...
are like this in real life, you know.
Ew.
Everyone just
Alright,
helping
enough
out
about
when
that.
someone is in need.
Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and
I
director's
can find
assistant will
someone
also need to be
who can
filled.
do that.
Paimon knows what the director
Yeah.
and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
Someone who
The
claps and
clapper
loads at
loader
the
is
same time.
responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information.
Okay,
of
that
each
wasn't
shot.
funny.
When the camera operator begins shooting, the work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
Okay.
Clapperboard? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start
Oh yeah, the
Yes, that's right.
one that looks
Are
like
you interested in
um,
that job?
For
a
sure.
black
Paimon's
thing,
always wanted to try that.
All right.
like
then
the
you'll be our
cardboard
clapper
looking
loader.
thing where you.
I can find someone from the store to help.
I
with
didn't know that's how
logistics.
what's it's called.
What do you think, Xavier?
Well, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Okay.
Oh, he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
Lights, camera, action!
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
No need to go that far. Yeah, I think we'd better
So
get to
all
work.
that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
I already know someone
Me. I want to be the director's
who
assistant.
can play as a director.
All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days. I'm not sure who will have time to help.
Oh, Furina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right?
Yeah.
Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Do you really think Lady Furina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me
Former
about what happened here in
Hydro
Fontaine.
Archon.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Furina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
She'll agree.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are
I'm
many
pretty
places
sure
you would like to visit.
Meeting the Archon is one of the top priority that they want to do.
Just leave this task to me.
Or the
It's part
former
of my
Hydra
duties
Archon.
as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you.
If I was in their shoes, I
You
would
might want to
definitely
consider
want to see the
bringing a
Hydro Archon.
gift.
Former Hydro Archon.
Don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Furina's place. We know Furina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
I recall that Lady Furina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts, though.
Isn't the Fontanalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Furina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets.
Yeah. Trial or
To do
treat.
something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy,
Yeah,
it
we'll just
might
kind of
actually
remind
make
her
you feel more
of her former
uncomfortable.
position.
Let's go buy some Fontanalia mousse.
Nice transition there.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further Sweeten the deal.
Sweeten the deal. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Get
Want
it?
something even sweeter than Fontanalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
Just give her sugar then. Oh, your
Your
words
words
of
of
praise. Okay. Is that Catherine? Do I need to make that, by the way? Or can I just like go directly to Furina's house or apartment or home, I guess. Okay, let's go down here. Hello.
We're here. This is where Furina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Yeah, she's a freaking. She has a what do you call it? What you call it? J-O sigil, not sigil.
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
It is I.
Who are you?
Lady Furina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Furina? It's already past noon, you know.
Come on, she's like retired. Let her freaking do what she wants.
Huh? Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
You do just like
No.
bring her
I
over.
was just up late last night reading some novels.
How did Furina
What
end up
does
like
sleeping
in front
in
of
have to do with the weather?
the
This
traveler?
is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Furina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now.
Ooh.
Is this Fontanalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
That's great.
Her
So
voice
actually,
actress
there's
is
something
just
we
so
need your
good.
help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project,
Yeah,
I'm
working as a
mainly working
producer.
producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Furina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
We are.
We sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
Camera operator. That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
I have experience. I can show you if you like. No, I can have experience.
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
I've been
Maybe you can
using
come up with
it
a test
a
with the
lot.
camera and see for yourself. If he can satisfy you with his camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Whatever you say, Director
Very
Furina.
good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Ooh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay?
Go.
Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Okay. Estelle is the boss of Beaumont Workshop and has always been proud of her forging machine, as it can not only precisely control strength of the temperature, but also takes no effort from the blacksmith. Has filmed a promotional video for her workshop. Remember to emphasize the superiority of her forging machine. So what do I do? You will need to film several shots according to the director's requirements and compile them into a video. Camera positioning is key, and you should ascertain the camera position requirements beforehand. When filming, there will be narration requirements. Select the most suitable narration according to the story. I don't think that's part of my job. I'm just here to like freaking take shots and all that. Try to satisfy all of the director's filming requirements. After selecting the most suitable choice for all of the camera positions and narration, you may begin filming and see the results. I only have one. Located in the court of Fontaine, Beaumont is a weapon. Okay. What's this button? Okay, forging machine. Okay, this one is definitely the one I'll go for if I'm directing. This machine can precisely control the force applied and the temperature, then show up the machine. Oops. Thanks to this machine, the owner can. So this one. But for were or not, for the weapons produced exquisite craftsmanship, keen edge. It's freaking cake. Just show up a freaking cake. Are these weapons? This one? I don't know. It's definitely not this one. I don't know, man. This one is kind of hard. Yeah, let's just go for this. This one? Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Located in court workshop utilizes a forging machine. This you guys will see how good I am at editing. Because I edit my own videos. Okay. I think that's good. I think, although praying for is kinda. Is that good enough for you, Furina?
It appears all the shots had a
Yeah,
great
there you go.
and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Furina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my
Unfortunately.
interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Furina?
Well, what about the pay?
Oh my god.
Huh?
That's the last
You
thing you
know
want to hear.
How much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Aww.
Well, I can offer you this much.
Wait.
What? That's all? If Nervylat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
I actually don't know myself.
Our script is
Oh
an
yeah, it's Two
adaptation of
Musketeers,
the
but like,
Two
what's exactly it's
Musketeers.
about?
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a
Is
number
that
one
like
bestseller?
Yai's novel publishing
So
something?
Furina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace.
Strike a chord
I see.
with the
It all makes sense
populace.
now.
You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Yeah,
Not
right.
really. The novel's
Oh,
author
come
transferred
on.
the
Just
copyright
like
to me
ride with
practically
this.
for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while
Oh, yeah,
traveling
it's-
all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her
Yeah.
much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand
It's advertising.
is well worth it.
Like YouTube, guys.
Oh, are you a...
Well,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
it's alright.
Skip that line.
The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier. If, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need.
Well,
I would
if
dare
she changes a
doubt
lot of
tastes
things, it's not an
Fontaine's
adaptation anymore.
greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely, no problem.
Now's your chance to make a film that you love.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
I really love that Furina's
I agree.
personality.
Although the pay
Haven't really,
is
like,
well
completely
below what someone
changed.
of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director. I
She still
mustn't let
acts
a perfectly good
like
story be ruined due to lack of funds.
high and mighty and all that.
If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Like, I mean, like her personality was all like a farce because she was like a actual kind person. But now it became her actual personality. Which is weird. It's like one of those ironic things. When you are putting up a personality, just think about this. If you're putting up a personality, is that really just you just pretending? Or since you are actually like putting your shoes and using that personality, does that make that personality actually your personality? You know. Anyways, thank you, Furina.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props. And
Okay.
by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer.
I have
Ideally, a
Ayato.
professional who has
And
actual
Ayaka, they're probably
experience
really
with
good.
muskets.
Oh, muskets.
Yes,
This is
I thought
fucking
about this as
weapon,
well.
not.
I was
I was thinking
hoping that you
muskets
might
as like
know
the
someone
sword.
who could handle the job.
We have Navia.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Lorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her.
Kinda sad.
Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is
Who
quite
else?
different from that of
Who
the
other-
characters in the story.
Could we ask
Which
the
other
Special Security and
characters
Surveillance
actually
Patrol?
uses guns in
Oh,
this game?
You mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They
Okay.
would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yeah.
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped
Okay,
me
that
out
makes
on a few
sense.
occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation?
Probably
This is becoming
designing
more and more mysterious.
clothes for the
It'd be best to keep it that way.
especially
Anyway,
their
enough
special
about that.
action. They probably have to
What do you
use
all think about asking the captain to be our Musket action
like
choreographer?
some clothes to blend in when they're like on like a stealth mission or something. But anyways,
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora.
yeah.
As for
Cool.
whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Okay.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
Okay.
No problem.
Having Furina join feels like a big boost to our team.
It is.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loaders commentary, Paimon.
I can't wait to see our film's
Then let's
premiere.
get going. I happen to know where Chevrolet is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Well, they are playing for
Actually,
free.
They told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me
Yeah,
Shiori
she isn't
being paid
getting
either.
paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that
That's inserted.
certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
That's funny. Okay. Let's get to that place, wherever that place is. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let's see what this is about this time. And this is actually a pretty long
All right,
quest.
this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there.
Freaking knew it.
The one with an eye patch reading in front of the news.
Already saw her. I
Oh,
felt like I already saw her
her.
before.
Could tell there was something
One of like the
about
drip
her.
marketing
She
that
seems
MiHoYo was
kinda
doing for this game.
intimidating.
Game?
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so
Probably a
you
4-star
might not
character.
want to get in.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Probably
Oh,
like doing some sort of
alright,
like
let's see what happens then.
stealth
Shiori
mission or
sure
something.
is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Shiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I
You're
need
not
your
even
help
reading.
with.
You're not
Now that
holding a
doesn't
book.
depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
I'm just gonna tell you what the story is about. I'm just gonna spoil it for you. Who are you?
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end.
Halt!
Read it like a book, like an open book.
Huh? What's going on?
Oh, that was freaking cool.
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's
It was a
just book.
freaking
I
metaphor.
didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Part of the
Don't
problem.
give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either.
You're
I am
selling
Chef
illegal
Russ, captain of
things.
Fontaine's
Illegal
Special Security and
drugs.
Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
Ooh, calm down there, bro.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book,
How
then
did
the
you even
shopkeeper
know
here
then?
is the one who
There's
slipped
like
it in.
contraband
I don't
inside.
have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
Take them away. Man, really miss playing
What's going on here?
Phoenix Wright
One
games or
second
Ace
you're
Attorney
reading a book,
games.
And the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers
Yeah.
recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to
Okay.
a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Cool.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this
Okay,
is
maybe.
Traveler and Xavier.
Mike just got out there. Have like
Hey,
freaking
I'm
filters,
You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating
like
it.
active. It's probably causing the problem. Yeah. I already know who you are. Why did you just arrest them immediately? It's a freaking stakeout. Don't know anything about that, traveler?
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevrus. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevrus's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
you
mean,
knew
you
they
wouldn't have
make
caught
the
him
right
if you made the
choice.
right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
It's like this, and it's like that.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
I mean, you can act
Yes,
if you
that's
want
right.
to.
I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However,
I wonder
I'm
how
afraid
it feels
this
like
work
to
will
direct the film.
require
It's
a
like
bit
one of
your
the things I
time,
want to freaking
since
do.
you'll have to be present whenever we're
It'd be
filming.
freaking amazing, probably.
Also, as for the pay,
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Oh, that's quick.
Just like that.
really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment.
Yep.
Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Okay.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh
Alright.
my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Furina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Don't look amused.
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish. Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
I guess that's it
Paimon,
for this
Please stay for a moment. I have something
quest
to tell you.
thingy.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. Talk to Chu Ray. Where the hell is Chu Ray? Oh, there she is. Why didn't you just freaking like wait for us there? Why did you have to
So what
move?
did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
I haven't read it yet.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were
Okay.
raised at the baron's estate where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Is that like the actual story for the Three Musketeers?
The baron got what
She
he
actually
deserved
don't
for
know.
his evil deeds, and justice was
But that
able
was
to
a
prevail.
freaking cool story.
It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevres?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh,
The
you
other
mean there
reason
were other
is
reasons
I
too?
get to work with
I've read the reports about
Shuri. Forgot
Whether
her
it was
name
at the
already.
trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
So yeah, means that you need your help with something.
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Okay.
Huh? Really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's
Probably
papers.
putting it all under the wrap.
Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released
Yeah.
any information to the public because the investigation
Under
is
wrap.
currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A
Yeah.
murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
To be someone from Platoon.
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon. However... Well, that's all I can disclose.
So I guess
about
we're
the
gonna be
case
doing
today.
this tomorrow.
Huh?
What do you
What do you
mean?
mean?
I hope you all can go back
WDM.
and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the
WDYM.
investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
Can someone from the Special Patrol help you investigate?
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest.
Okay.
I don't want people to see Muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request.
Yeah,
Nothing more.
sure, I'll help
If
out.
you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
Okay.
What do you think, Traveler?
Let's give it some thought tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
You'd better head
Hustling,
back and get some
bustling.
rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an
Bustling,
important
hustling.
decision. Otherwise, When the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Don't try to coerce us to freaking do what you want or intimidate us. Alright, we have done that quest. I'm actually gonna call it here. I'm gonna do like a separate episode to show off whatever is in this thing. I feel like there's just a lot of them. Oh, and there's another freaking quest to do here. My god. So yeah, I'm gonna like do separate videos for this. And I don't know if I'm gonna be like releasing them like every day, because I also wanna have different games be played on the channel at the same time. I might just do like switch back to like 2 episodes, or post an extra episode for just for this like event every single day. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to think about it. But I'll show off this one next on the next video. But yeah, I guess that's it for me then. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play this game. If you did, press the like button and subscribe as well. To see more of this kind of content, I always post a video a day, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out and ring that bell. And lastly, I would really love for you guys to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I really just love interacting with people, so make sure to do that. So you know, I'll definitely reply to you if you do that. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.